Good morning and welcome to another vlog. I have been terrible this week with actually picking up the camera and vlogging anything, although I haven't really done anything worth vlogging this week. Last Saturday we had a huge windstorm roll through and it knocked out power to a lot of people. Luckily I was only out for 6 hours of power, but my grandma was out until Wednesday. So we had to move her to a cousin's house for a while, and it led to tears, and she just was so upset about it. But it's what we had to do. I couldn't bring her here because she wouldn't be able to get up the stairs to go to the bathroom, so there was no way I could bring her here. And yeah, she just was upset. She had to leave anyway. I don't think it mattered that it was the cousins or it would have been here. She still would have been very upset by it. But in any regard, I have a hair appointment now today, and I'm going to take her with me to go get her hair cut too while I get my roots redone. But we're supposed to get another big windstorm, like exactly 1 week to the day. And it may knock power out again. So hopefully it does not. I know that seems minor in comparison to what's going on down south, and prayers and thoughts are with all of those people who went through tornadoes when I'm over here just complaining about losing power and a few limbs out of the tree. But yeah, so it could be much worse. So I'm grateful for that, and we'll deal with it. If it happens again, we'll just take it in stride and see what happens. But that is what has been going on. So it's been kind of a chaotic week with that, making sure she had everything she needed over there and just going through the waterworks with her over it. Had to clean out her fridge and freezer. We had our ham in there and everything already for Easter in her deep freeze, and just lost a lot of food. And thank God we haven't replaced it all entirely yet, because we might lose it again, but did make sure she had like enough food, and that just didn't replace like all of the excess stuff yet. But yeah, and I had gotten a copy of the Farmer's Almanac for this year just to see. I'm always interested to try and compare, and I don't know how they're so right all the time, but they are with weather wise and stuff. So I'm actually hoping they're wrong this year, because it said near here that it was going to be a pretty bad summer with a lot of storms and wet and rain, and it's terrible. So I hope they're wrong, but we did have a mild winter and they were right about that. And the Farmer's Almanac did predict all those windstorms that were happening last week. I didn't look at this week, but I'm sure it's probably in there too, because they're right. I don't know how they do it, but they're right. So anyway, that is the plan, at least today. I'm going to spend the day with Grandma, get my hair done, get her hair done, probably go eat. If the storm doesn't hit yet by then, it's supposed to hit this afternoon, and see if she needs to run to the store for anything. So I'm going to bring you along for that, and fingers crossed we don't lose power again. But again, thoughts and prayers to those. I think there was another, was it Tennessee or Mississippi? There was a tornado again last night too. So thoughts and prayers for them. And I do realize it sounds petty that I'm just worried about losing power, but yeah. All right, let's get going. Okay, so that happened again today. It's kind of dark in here because it's later in the evening now, but I am back home, finally. Got my hair done. I had to go a little bit lighter, add some more highlights in, and she went down like another layer, adding in the highlights, and went a little lighter, but once I wash like some of the toner out, it'll darken up a little bit and settle. So it just looks lighter. It's not going to be as light, but there are some that look super, super light. But anyway, I digress. She got my hair done, and she was still like in the process of flat ironing it. Well, first she was blow drying it. Grandma's hair was already cut and everything, and she was just waiting on me to finish up. And she's blow drying my hair, and the storm hits, and the lights start flickering. It's flickering and flickering. And the lady in the other chair like made fun. And she's like, turn that blow dryer off. You're making the lights flicker. The electric can't handle it. Whatever. It was a joke. But yeah, she gets to straight ironing my hair, and the power did go out. Went out. Yeah. Then it was like super bad wind and hail, and waited in the dark with the other ladies before we left and everything. I don't know what Dante's going to bark at. Such high winds, like just crazy, such high winds. Once there was like a gap in it, I got grandma home. My dad was texting me that power was out, down by my house as well. And we were worried about if it'd be out at grandma's, but then when I got her home, she had power again. So that was good. But it just, I don't know. I don't know. They said, I think somebody said they heard that these winds here were like the worst we've had in like 80 years or something, which is insane. And I just hate to think that that Farmer's Almanac's going to be right, and this is going to be all summer. So then I get grandma home, and I'm driving home, and the winds are like so high, you could feel the car rocking. Like when you're at a stop like light or something, you could feel the SUV rocking, and can feel it pushing you over. And I'm thinking, oh God, just please, just let me get home. I just want to get home and the power come back on and just be safe and home. So I made it home despite all that. Everything's like blowing all over. There's branches down. And I pull in the drive, and a tree fell from the back, like the yard behind me, onto the neighbor's shed. It's blowing like so hard. There's a hole in her shed. I had to call her son because she had passed away, so the neighbor is not over there to the one side of me now. It's just her son watching the house, so I called and left him a message. He has not called back yet, but everything was just blowing so hard still, and trees were bowing, and it just like would push you. It was so hard. I was afraid that more trees were gonna fall, and I didn't know what to do. I know, like I said before I went, that it's petty and minor compared to what's happened like down south with the tornadoes and that, but I can't do this all summer. I just can't with all of this electricity out and these strong storms, and that's crazy too, to think like that you're so dependent on electricity and everything, but it's the society we're in, and we are. So that's what it is. All right, let me know down in the comments. Hopefully that you're not like affected terribly by the storms, but let me know down in the comments if you've been getting like a lot of high winds and things where you are too. And I pray that you're safe if you were in one of the tornado areas. But yeah, hopefully this eases up, this weather situation. This is just insane. And I will check in with you tomorrow when things are calmer. Good morning. After all of the devastation yesterday, today is a beautiful spring day. And the world goes on despite what happens to us. The squirrels were still out running around eating their nuts. The sun came up. Yeah, so I guess we're just a minor part in everything. Anyway, I threw some wave in my hair because she wasn't able to get it completely straightened yesterday, so I thought that just balanced it out a little bit. I am going to head out today and run some errands, but I'm also going to stop at an event at one of my favorite local wineries. I've gone there a couple times with you, called the Vineyards at Pine Lake, and they're having like a craft show today. So I'm going to stop out there and support some local vendors, see what's going on and what they've got available. Maybe try and see if they're doing Mother's Day dinner again this year too, and what those dates are for that. And I'm gonna run my errands while I'm out. So yeah, let's get going.
and reevaluate here.
This must have been a popular one that rolls pretty empty.
Yes, and that was one of my new ones. I had 30 feet of that.
Wow.
And it's like, I did a bunch of these yesterday at the Southern Park Mall, and I sold a bunch of that one. And sometimes my fingers get in my own way. Lift this up just a little bit for me. So I'm going to close it first, and we're going to make sure that's a good fit.
Yeah, they promised me a weeping cherry tree.
All right, just kind of do that for me. Make sure it feels like it's good.
That's good.
It's good. All right. Okay, flatten that out for me.
I didn't get this one back out. That's a big deal.
All right, so if you do want to watch, you put on the glass.
I'll watch it later on the...
All right, perfect.
That won't hurt, right?
No.
You act like you're getting a tattoo or something. Your head's turned.
Well, you're not supposed to look at the light.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It hurts your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I guess.
Stop looking at the light.
You can get a welder's flash, yeah?
All right, hello. I am back. Errand's done, finally. Dishes, as usual, drying in the sink behind me. Got my little bracelet fused on. I had been wanting to do this for a while, but normally you needed like an appointment at the jewelry store, and I just never got around to it. So I was kind of excited to see them there at the little craft show, and there was some cute stuff there, but you probably couldn't tell because it was so crowded. But I didn't pick anything up really other than my bracelet. I was gonna get rose gold, I thought, like for a contrast, but the rose gold just kind of blended in with my skin too much, and it just, I don't know, didn't show up. So I went with the silver for my first one at least. Might get another one down the road, maybe on the other wrist or a different color to blend in the different metals. I pulled my hair back now though. I've got my groceries put away. My meal planning is done for the week. I've got some eggs boiling because I'm gonna make some pickled beet eggs and have those ready for Easter. And yeah, look like I'm getting bags, but I've been running around, so maybe I am, or maybe it's from squinting. It's actually so sunny out. Gorgeous day. So I think I'm gonna go outside and start some seedlings and get that done. I know I debated last year whether or not I was gonna do that again or not. And even though my seedlings turned last year only into a yield of lettuce that gave me one BLT sandwich with romaine, everything else like died for some reason, I don't know. And then I had those marigolds that were like so lanky and tall that, I don't know, my dad was convinced that I was gonna pop a tomato off of them yet because that's how they grew. But anyway, I think I'm still gonna do it just because it's learning. Trial and error. You learn as you keep trying them and try different things, and maybe I put them outside too soon. Maybe I didn't separate them right. Maybe I overwatered them. Maybe, I don't know. So we're just going to trial and error and maybe try some different seeds. Definitely lettuce still again, but we know romaine did good and iceberg didn't. So I'm not going to try iceberg. I don't know. And I kind of enjoyed the process. I found it relaxing, even though it was stressful that they died. it was still kind of relaxing to go through the process and all that. So I am going to plant the seedlings again, and we'll see what happens. So that is what I'm going to do yet this evening. That and get the pickled beet eggs together and get those absorbing all that beet juice and turning purple over the next few days. So yeah, that's the plan. I just thought I would share with you as well, if you are like near me and interested in getting a fused bracelet. This is the company that I went with. They're called Forever Fused Permanent Jewelry. Angel did a great job. She let me film her doing it, so that was cool. And there is a QR code that you can scan. She's out of East Liverpool, but you can email her, and she does home parties, pop-ups. She said sometimes she has a kiosk at the mall up here in Boardman as well. So there is the info if you are interested in the fused jewelry bracelet. She did anklets and necklaces as well. So, all right, I've got my seedlings done. I thought I'd set them on the porch for a little bit. I'll bring them in tonight. I think it's supposed to drop a bit. I'm not sure it really frost, but I'll bring them back in the house. But I just thought put them outside for now for a little bit. So that is done, and we will see what happens this year. But I've got to show you something out front. So this is the most exciting thing that happened this weekend, despite the weather. My dad got the bushes out. We've still got to do some work with like getting these stumps more ground up in that, and maybe put some stump killer on them so I could put these urns up here. But yeah, they are gone. So excited. Finally making progress on that. I'll get those urns planted and get these stumps out of here, and it's gonna be so much cleaner looking. Good morning. So today I'm just doing some things around the house and editing video and doing some administrative work. And I was editing this video and realized I didn't end it. I didn't like actually close it out. So I thought I'd pop back in and say hello and go through all of that. But yeah, in doing these different like little spring cleaning, organizing things around the house, I just wanted to share one with you. So this to me is like a pure definition of irony. I went on, well, I have this drawer first. Let me show you. Hold on. This drawer here of the china cupboard in the dining room held all of my tablecloths and cloth napkins and different runners for different holidays and things. And it was always such a mess. Like, you'd really have to like push down on things to get the drawer to close. I'm sure we all have those drawers. But I went on to Amazon and ordered these vacuum bags to put the tablecloths in, maybe like organize them. Like I put Christmas, fall in like their own bags so that you're opening them one at a time. And these worked really good for me with like my throw pillow things and throw blankets and all of that. But here's the irony of it right now. Now this is supposed to save space. So you would think that you would have more space when you're done. I did not add anything that wasn't already in this drawer, but now I can't close the drawer at all. It's actually taking up more room than the mess did. Pure definition of irony. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. It just makes no sense. So has anyone else had that like happen to them or anything? Maybe it's because of the way the air is sucked and it makes like those lumps and things or something, and they don't fit together like a puzzle. I don't know. I have no idea. So I've got to figure something else out. I mean, it was good in theory. It just did not work out for me. So anyway, let me know down in the comments if you've ever had that happen to you, like something that was supposed to save space actually took up more, or let me know too, like what your organization projects are and what you're getting done for like spring cleaning. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to know when new videos are posted. Thank you.